When I look at our society and I look at our environment, I see a gap. To me, this gap represents a tremendous loss. It is us as a species losing sight of our roots and turning our backs on Mother Nature. A mother who gives us everything. She gives us the water we drink, the air we breathe, the food we eat. But most importantly, she gives us fishing. Fishing is an adventure. An adventure is living. It's exciting. It's the unknown. It's the journey. It's spending 17 hours crammed into a tiny truck with two other stinky dudes in order to get there.
I just held my whiz for like 3 hours, man. I think I just peed 2 liters.
Crammed in the back is me, Captain Quinn. I lead these adventures. I grew up in the great outdoors and had a mullet till I was 14, then again at 21 and once again at 26. My outlook on life is kind of like this haircut. There are times for business and there are times for party. The key is to balance the two. I've been crazy about fishing for as long as I can remember, and it's been the focal point of many great adventures past. I am always looking forward to the next great fishing adventure. Driving this rig is Gary. Gary has more energy than anyone I know and is always up for an adventure. He loves dogs and is, I think, secretly aspiring to become the next big thing in dog whispering. So look out, Caesar. We've been going on adventures now for over 10 years, and it has taken us all over the world. When we were 19, we rode our bicycles all over New Zealand, fly fishing every body of water we came across. We have never had a bad adventure. Riding shotgun is Big E. He is the reason why I am going to need chiropractic therapy when this trip is over. He is literally too big to fit in the back. Despite his size, however, Big E is a gentle peacekeeper. We met while fighting wildfires in northern British Columbia, and there is a chance he might just be as crazy about fishing as I am, with a fraction of the skills, of course. We have gone on many fishing adventures together, and being the good friend that I am, I always let him hold my fish for photo ops. Our plan was simple. Indeed, the best things in life are 3 great friends going to work on their relationships with Mother Nature by fishing and camping for 1 week in northern British Columbia.
Okay, if I could describe this trip in one sentence, it would be awesome and amazing and fun and smelly.
With our nasal cavities under constant assault from the toxic chemical reaction caused by greasy truck stop meals and a 15-hour drive, we made a beeline straight for the first river of the trip. We arrived feeling groggy, tired, and cranky, but fortunately, the cure for this driving hangover was only one cast away.
nice cast, mended it just the way I wanted to, and just as my fly was starting to swing out, I saw a very, very large bull just kind of porpoise through the water. And 2 seconds later, bam, huge hit, and I knew it was on, and that was that. That was definitely the fish of my trip.
It's absolutely amazing how spending quality time in healthy, pristine wilderness locations like this can be for your mind, body, and soul.
See this frog down here?
Maybe it's a prince.
Ribbit. Maybe it's my princess. Frogs are an indicator species. If there's frogs in the ecosystem, it's a good sign that the ecosystem is healthy. They're the first species to go once it gets polluted. One of them.
Canadian citizens have long since staked claim to being environmentally conscious people. It is not hard to see why when you take the time to observe all the natural beauty that this land has to offer. But talk is cheap. The province of British Columbia has recently sold all rights to freshwater bodies of water to private power corporations, who are presently building as many hydro dams as possible in order to boost our economy. Since the people living in British Columbia don't actually need this extra power, it is being sold as excess power to the United States, who don't recognize it themselves as the green power it claims to be, for they understand the environmental implications involved in the damming process. As a matter of fact, in order to restore populations of aquatic species such as salmon and all that is connected to them, they are starting to remove dams from their environment. So it is not all doom and gloom. People are finally starting to recognize that it is in the best interest of everyone and everything to have a happy, healthy environment. We are part of a movement, and it is time to move in the right direction. Let's do it for the environment. Let's do it for ourselves. Let's do it for the frogs. And if we all do what we can, then we will get to where we need to be.
I'm gonna clean this beach up one tire at a time. I hate garbage on the beach.
Every now and again, if we are lucky, we will discover a place where the ecosystems are still extremely healthy and functioning. Fishermen call these places paradise. This is exactly where we would spend the last few days of our trip.
To look for some little trout, and we found a magical little spot. I've never seen anything like this. It's a dream. The fish are not huge, but they're plentiful, and you can get one almost every single cast. And it's the kind of stuff you just dream about.
Eric almost killed Quinn with a can of beans. We put it in the fire last night and didn't poke a hole in it and just kind of threw it in the flames and didn't tell anybody. And we were walking up to the car and we heard something sound like a gunfire going off. Went back down, there was beans sprayed over everything. Quinn had beans all over his face, and he was okay. Just scalded by hot beans in the face, that's all.
It's hard to get too upset about a hot bean bomb to the face when the bean bomb appetizer is followed by a delicious trout entree doused in maple syrup and cooked over an open flame. I once made the mistake of trying to explain to somebody what was so exciting about fishing. When I was finished explaining, I'm pretty sure I was frothing at the mouth with excitement, and they just looked at me and said, "I don't see what you're so excited about, it's just fishing." It's not just fishing. It's so much more. It's exciting, it's an understanding, it's connecting with your friends, it's connecting with the environment on a much deeper level, it's spiritual, it's an art form, really. Monsters are scary. They appear out of nowhere and attack unexpectedly. We generally try to avoid them at all costs, except for when we're fishing. Then, well, we try and catch them. I was hiking along the riverbank, trying to scope out some sort of activity, and I saw some surface action right behind this rock on the far side of the river, so I threw on a dry fly and made my way into position and started to cast, but nothing could have prepared me for what happened next. I was pulling in these 8 to 10 inch fish from this deep pool when suddenly they seemed to grow, and there'd be this large weight, and then they would shrink back to their regular size. But when I pulled them in, it soon became apparent that something fishy was going on. Hooked this on the fly, and then something bigger grabbed it right there. I hooked into about a 10-inch cutthroat, nothing too crazy. But as I was bringing it in over this deep section of river, something insane happened.
Just try to fight it in. It wasn't about that big. It was a big fight, probably. I don't know. But it got into the current, and then this other monster comes from the depths, and it was huge. Ah!
I yelled at Biggie, who was fishing just down from me.
Biggie! Biggie! You see that? You see that? That fish ain't that fish.
We were using really light tackle, so it took a good 20 minutes or so to finally get a good look at this thing, but when we looked down, we could hardly believe it. There's this 10-inch cutthroat that I'd hooked on the dry fly, hanging out of the mouth of this monster Dolly Varden, who had taken this thing so deep that it had actually become hooked itself.
I've never seen anything like it before, man.
We landed it. 2 fish, 1 cast. Can't say that I've ever done that before, and don't know that I'll ever do that again, but man, was that awesome.
What a moment. Nature. Love nature.
When I look at our society and I look at our environment, I see a gap. I see fishing as a way to bridge this gap. It is a medium through which we can reconnect with our environment and our friends. It doesn't matter where we go as long as we are outside. If adventure is my teacher, through it I have learned that a happy, healthy environment equals happy, healthy people, even if I am just fishing.